All right, we are on to our 11th block of the community quilt. There is a lot of blocks in this quilt. I think it's definitely over 50 that we've seen. So we'll keep rolling until we get there. Today we are making Diamond Dash, Mum. Diamonds. Let's see how I can screw this one up. All right. Because I've got pre-cut fabrics now. Off my downtime, I'm cutting out fabrics. Yep, that's in your field of view. Okay. Anyone watching the bomb, the Alice in Wonderland's bomb, will know that I've got a rotary cutter, a rotary mat out. It is a Sue Daly Designs 16-inch. Sue Daly Designs, Riley Blake Designs, I don't know, someone made it. I will link it, although it is in the bombs if you are following that one. But today we're making the Diamond Dash. All right, let's try and figure out what we're doing with this. I need to iron my pieces, so that's going in the middle. And then half square triangles are going around it to these. By coincidence, I've got some pink, so I'll put them there. Little owls from the cot quilt. We've got a combination of Spotlight, I'll try and make that a bit even, Spotlight fabric, LD fabric, and Amazon haul fabric. This is going to be great. There's no risk of this going very badly wrong, is there? I did starch with, where's your starch, Mum? I forget which video this is in. Alright, I did starch with this, the Amazon haul fabric. Let's see if that works. Alright. Then, I'm already worried. That goes there, that goes there. Maybe I'll go, I'll decide what location I put those in. We just have to be consistent no matter what we do, which is not my strengths when there's lots of triangles. Alright, do we like that? Or do we want, no, we like that. Let's leave it like that. Okay. Alright, so step one is making these. Now, I like to rush ahead and screw this up. So I'm gonna do it slower than normal. Ursula is on standby. And we'll go from there. Okay, let's come back. Let's sew these and then I'll come back. Alright, they've all gone back into their right spots. We're doing well. Alright, now we need to make this. So I'm going to iron this and then I'm going to find all its folds, all its centers, and I will come back. Alright, so we've done this before unsuccessfully. Do I like our chances? No, I don't. That already makes me very worried. Will we just make it work? If it doesn't work, of course we will. That's what I do with this one. Yeah, I hate these square on a points. Whenever I do a square on a point, it doesn't work. Alright, I'm gonna do this and I'll be back. Actually, before I go over, I hate that I have to reference back to things on videos. I hate having to go to another video. I'm sure that creators do it for a reason. I don't want to. So I find my points, my midpoints, which is why I ironed them, and then I pin them together. And then I do the two opposite sides and then these two sides. And if I have multiple of the thingos, I do them the same way. Let's see if this fits. Okay, so half done. Oh, look, we might. We'll see. All right, so I try not to iron over the top of them. Sometimes I do. Same thing. Line up the points. You can do it with a pen. I have not had much luck with erasable pens, so I'm not doing it with that. It's supposed to be amazing, but I can make it stick. Alright. Moment of truth. Let's see if it comes back in a size that fits this. All right, it looks a tiny bit smaller than it should, but we can work with that. We're doing better. Last time it was ridiculously different sized. All right, we're doing well. Okay, so next we're gonna go these to these. Now I always screw this up, so I'm gonna do one at a time. I'm not trimming any of this off until later. See, look, I already moved it. Stay. Okay. Yep. All right, I'll be back with the outsides done. All right, outsides are done. Now, insides. I am fairly confident at this point that this is going to match, so I'm going to cut off these extra bits. How might I cut them off? I'm sure some people, well, actually no, I will do it. Sometimes I don't use the ruler, but then sometimes I do. This is going to be one of those times that I do. And we absolutely know now that I've done this, there's going to be a problem that we can't recover from. This is the equivalent of me making a cup of tea and then being interrupted, so I can't drink it. I usually have no beverages out them. I'd be very pleased. I drank them earlier. All right, they're off. There was no right or wrong way, so I'm just going to do that because the hours are up facing then. Okay, now I'm going to do these ones. So I will be back with the middle two done. All right, there we go. Is it roughly the same size? Yeah, look, give or take. My standard problems with this. Is it so? All right, we're doing better than before. All right. So how am I going to do this? Am I just going to, yes, because there's no seam there, I'm just going to suck it up and put it on. Got a random extra thread there. All right. We need that later. I'm just going to line these up, sew them, line them up, sew them. All right, that was relatively successful. Yes, a little bit big there and a little bit skewy. We can fix that up at the end. When I say the end, I mean like the very end. All right, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to pin it. This one needs a little bit of stretching. This one's too big, but that's the Amazon fabric. All right, I'll be back. All right, she's done. Is she a bit wonky? Absolutely. Is that surprising? Absolutely not, because of the stupid fabric I'm using. I could probably tidy that up later. Yeah, look. Am I going to take it out of the stash? Probably not. Am I just going to work with it and complain every time I use it? Probably. Is it a making of my own, a situation of my own making? Yeah. But look, it's fine. It'll all get sewn together in the end. All right, so that is block 6 diamond dishes. Your roll, mum.